Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and happy All Hallows Eve. I am the Angry Gentleman, and I can barely breathe. Take these things off. I'm wondering why I'm dressed up. Well, probably not. But those of you in places that might not have it, this is Halloween. And this is broken. Fun. On this All Hallows Eve, I'll be reading you this. A book of my own making. Literally, I made this book. And everything in it. Every story in here I came up with by myself. And I hand drew every single thing. It took me 3 years to make this thing. I'm pretty proud of it. Let's get started. Alright, that's a little better. I can breathe now. As you can tell by this cover page, at first I really didn't know what I was going to do with this, so I just kind of scribbled whatever was on my mind at the moment. But then, as you can see here, I later decided this is going to be book 1. An amateurish book for my very first. I have 2 others, and I have no idea when I'm going to get started on those. But I already have ideas. So, like I said, I made this book, obviously, and I made up every story in it, and I drew everything by myself, by hand. That's a little better, yeah. So, I have my little stories, monsters. I'll read off the stories and then I'll show you the pictures. Number 1. An inch for every year. A decade, a twist and turn. The truth, it's only yarn. The Fibbergeist is a creature that goes after anyone who knows the truth about the terrible lie that caused its mortal end. And it refuses to make it known. The only thing that can stop it is to set the truth free. And here I have a bit of just a bit of a sketch to kind of get an idea of what I wanted to go by. For my first one, you'll see the full thing in just a second. And it says, can be slowed down by an object most pure. So like if you have something pure gold or something like that, pure silver, pure whatever. The Fibbergeist. There's it when it's just kind of looking. And when it's found you, ooh boy, you're not going to have a very nice time. On to the second one. Have you ever felt like you're being watched? Looked around only to see no one was there. But you were sure someone or something was watching you. Just a feeling you can't shake. You think to yourself, but what if there was something watching you? Introducing the Watchers, a semi-sentient creature meant only for observation, as scouts for a race of creatures that no longer exists, and are left just to watch beings it deems interesting enough for observation. Though harmless, the reason you get a bad feeling when they're watching you is nothing more than the signal they constantly send out in hopes of reaching their former masters that have long since died out. And I have a good drawing of like a close-up and a few different places that they can watch. Bit hard to see in the water one. Notice how I kind of paired that with this the underground one. This one I actually came up with right after finishing that one, as you'll see by the drawings. Introducing the Hunters, a subspecies of the Watchers, is a defense mechanism for when the Watchers, which operate. Sorry, some of it's like partially erased or something, like rubbed off. I'm tired. Can't expect the best performance from me right now. Operate in groups of 3. Are threatened. It sends out a signal to the other 2, and they combine into a hunter to fend off the threat. And as you can see, I just drew it on, like if 3 of them joined, because that was what it says. And then changed colors. That's if it like opens its mouth. This one is a lot of people's personal favorites, actually. The Cat of 9 Souls. For 3 it plays, for 3 it waits, for 3 it slays. Introducing the Cat of 9 Souls. feel like I messed up this. Dang it. Well, I'm not gonna change it now. The Cat of Nine Souls is a cat possessing 9 souls. Though it started with just its one. But has, oh man, my writing needs some work. Like I said, this is over the course of 3 years. My writing is not the best. Started with its 1, but gathered an additional 8 in order to protect its own. And it changes form depending on how many souls it has obtained. From 9 to 7, then 6 to 4, and finally 3 to 1. And with each form, it changes how it collects souls. For 3, it plays near those that are doomed to die. And a close up of its tail. For 3, it waits near hospitals and nursing homes from 6 to 4. Close up of its tail. I'm particularly proud of this one. For 3, it slays all around it. If you notice, I remove one eye each time. Okay, moving on. Introducing the coin flip demon. Well, hey there, stranger. You up for a risk? Just say what you want, and I'll give it a flip. Then you call it in the air. Which side it lands, I don't care. You choose right, your wish is yours. You choose wrong, and I'll take something of yours. And escape behind closed doors, where you cannot follow. But you're welcome to whine and wallow, 'cause one way or another, I'll have a good time. Then I drew a close-up of the coin. Bad side, good side. Then I drew, like, let's say you wished for flight. You get wings with the good side. And if you get the bad side, he takes your legs. Drew a little drawing of him taking your legs. We'll get to that guy in a minute. Speaking of which, here we are. Last story. Going faster than I thought. Introducing Aku and Liv, the 2 hench beasts of the coin flip demon. It is a little known fact that there must be physical contact for the CFD, or coin flip demon, to give or take anything, which means some people might try to back out of a deal. If so, then they will be hunted by Aku and Liv and forced to make good on their deal. And that is the end. It's to be 3 years. It was not, well, it was fun, but it was also not fun. 3 years is probably the longest I've committed to doing anything. So I'm proud of how this turned out. And that is it for All Hallows Eve. I apologize that this will actually come out the day after Halloween, but I have a life too. Screw you. This has been the Angry Gentleman. Have a good evening.